So I've been running a marketing agency for about 8 years now. And the weird part about my job is that I spend a lot of time teaching people how to evaluate me, right, and my team. Because I have friends that started their own practices. You know, we all went on our different paths. And now the calls that I get most are not, hey, can I hire you guys real quick? It's more like, hey, I'm doing this campaign, or I'm working with this person, or I'm about to sign this person on. Can you review their work or look at this proposal? And so I've seen a lot of these proposals, and I've seen a lot of work from a lot of freelancers and different agencies. So this video is basically that, right? This is what I would tell a friend to look for before signing anything. And this is the honest take of what I would want a dentist to ask me about my agency, because it's uncomfortable to discuss, but it is the most important thing for you as an owner to understand about the people that are going to be your partners. And one caveat up front, this is not a deep dive about Meta or Google Ads specifically. This is not going to get too deep into any operations. This is like the top level of what you need in a partner when it comes to marketing, and how to judge each skill within each part of your marketing differently. So there's one question basically that sits underneath everything, and that is the one that I want you to keep in your head for this entire video. And that is, if you hired and then fired this agency 12 months later, what do you get to keep? What is under your ownership? An agency that is building you something real, that is meant to last internally, you know, they'll be able to instantly show you and point to you, this is what's under your ownership, this is what we're building for you, right? An agency that's trapping you into a hostage situation, they're gonna get vague, they're gonna keep things unanswered, and they're gonna kind of quickly move you to closing. So every question that comes after this is basically a version of this, right? So keep that in your head. So the first question that you want to ask these agencies that are talking to you is, what is the first number on your report? Right? There's basically a hierarchy of numbers that an agency can show you. And a lot of them are flattering and some of them are true, right? The idea of impressions, click-through rate, clicks in general, even leads, right? It shows that we've done things. It shows that there's activity. It doesn't show that this is actually working for you. The cost per booked appointment is the most important thing and the only thing that actually has contact with your bank, right? So judging an agency on clicks is like judging a restaurant on the amount of people that walked by. I had an account that had 74% hook rate, so they watched, and a 24% click-through rate and 0 leads. It was so nice how people were engaging and clicking this ad, but there was no revenue from it. So we killed it. Well, you want to ask them how you're going to pay them, right? Because the pricing model tells you pretty much what they're incentivized to do for you. So if they're getting paid a percent on your ad spend, like however much you're spending, you're paying them a different number. That's basically, they're going to get a raise every time that you're spending more, whether they're booked or not, whether these patients actually showed up or not. It's about how much you're willing to invest. They're going to also take a little scratch off of that. When you're paying someone per lead, they're basically paid to flood you, right? They will open up every and any which type of campaign to generate leads, whether it's instant forms or click now or call now. All of those are technically leads. Now, there can be a caveat where you put qualified leads, but that's when it starts getting tricky, right? You want clear understanding of what are the parameters of what qualifies someone and what doesn't qualify someone. But again, a little bit of tricky waters. Now from my experience and what we do, a flat retainer that is judged on booked appointments is the cleanest incentive structure that I know. It's not perfect, but it's clean. It covers both bases, both the agency side and the operator side, so that things are moving in the way where both businesses have incentive, but both businesses have risk. So one more lever that you can ask them is, do you send conversion data back to the ads platform? Now you ask this because Meta is basically only seeing that somebody submitted a form or called you, right? It's not seeing whether that person actually booked an appointment and came to the office. When you have that data fed back into Meta and say, hey, you know those 100 leads that you sent over Meta, only 20 of them actually made it. That's important data, because then Meta is going to create more audiences based off of those 20 individuals, because Meta is incentivized to make your platform work for you so that you keep paying them. So it's going to go after the cream of the crop. It's not going to be optimizing towards 100 of those people that submitted, because 80 of them are false, 80 of them are ghosted. 20 of them is what we really want to put the focus on. So if you ask this agency, do you send conversions back to the platform? You'll have an understanding of whether they're creating actual architecture of your audience pools, or they're just trying to run leads out the door. Now, the second question is very important. It alludes to the first question, right? Who owns what? Your ad account is under your name or their name. Your website, do you own the hosting or are they hosting for you? Your Google Business Profile, you must be the primary owner on that one. Your patient data, that's huge, right? That's HIPAA compliant information. You want to make sure you sign a DAA agreement with them. Everything should go back to you. Like, you are owning this marketing thing and you're hiring vendors to set those things up for you. If there's a situation where they're running your ads in their platform for you, that's really not going to work long term. This is a huge one to consider, because the day that they leave, your platforms, your campaigns that you optimize over years, your content, all of that should still be yours. And if you're not clear about that, you'll bump into agencies. And once you're clear about that, you'll see the agencies that are after a long retainer with you because of the system that they're setting up, their system. It's a retention strategy, basically. Question number 3 for them, same conversation, right? Where does your job end? How long are you going to be doing this for? A 90-day commitment window is honestly fair. A campaign, that's plenty of time for it to be optimized and to at least get you to a point where you can see whether this is actually working for you or not. Anyone promising results in week 2 is just blowing smoke. But a locked-in 12-month retainer is also a little bit of a far stretch. At the end of the day, this is a partnership for a specific marketing push. This isn't a payment plan or a software that you're locked into. You want to think of it as an extension of your business that can be turned on and off. This is the campaign, after all. And then the same conversation is the contract terms. Anyone that's selling you the world in 2 weeks is blowing smoke 100%. And anyone that's trying to lock you into a 12-month contract sounds more like a payment plan rather than scoped campaign. Honestly, 90 days is a really fair number for a campaign to be optimized to a point, at least for you to be able to see whether this is working or not. And that goes for organic as well. Within 3 months, you should be able to see a trend organically, as well as meta ads. I mean, by week 2, you can see something in meta ads, but that's if you hit you hit it right on the first try. A lot of people try different things, optimize campaigns, and kill creatives that aren't working. That whole process, by 3 months, you'll be able to see, okay, these 3 campaigns out of 7 that we've tried are actually really good. Let's double down and look at the next 3 months. And the thing about agencies that are doing this sort of like retainer model for a long-term basis is that they're not evil. They're just trying to lock themselves in. But the results should be doing the locking in. There should be some sort of caveat to your relationship with somebody when it comes to a long-term marketing, agreement, that it's results-based. Now, number 3 is, where does your job end? A lot of agencies, their job ends at the form submission. They've gotten you what they said they were going to get you, leads. The leads come in, they get thrown at the wall, and then some stick, some don't. Everything after the lead comes in is your job, or not. It's just an agreement. You have to understand, are they going to be calling these people, and checking their credit score, or are they just going to be sending them to your email? So if that's something that you're thinking about working with somebody on, you just have to be clear. If a lead comes in at 2 p.m., fills out the form, and the front desk is, actually working on a patient, what does that look like? By the time somebody calls them back, that person is gone down the street to the next clinic. What is the sort of handoff process? Are they going to be calling people? Are they sending automated text messages for you? Are they notifying your team? What does that look like? What's that handoff? Where does their job start and end? And where does your team pick up? Because the truth is, there's a real structural gap when it comes to dentistry and the softwares that dental practices use. Open Dental is a huge one. That's something that we've been able to solve for a lot of our clients, and that's basically what has kept our relationship so strong, is that we integrate well into their operations by syncing things to the Open Dental software. When your team has to be using 4 different platforms just to get one person on the schedule, that lends itself to a really shaky partnership with a marketing team. So you want to be clear. Ask this agency, how does a lead from your ads land in my schedule? What is that route? Be very, very direct about that so that you have a really clear idea of how to onboard your team with this new partner. If they can't say your software's name in that sentence, it's going to be the rough road. Number 4 is show me someone that is live. Show me a dashboard. You can gray it out so that I don't see patient data, but show me something that shows that your system is organized, you've run ads before, you've created content for your ads, you've built websites, you've ranked websites organically. Show me something. Number 1, that's going to prove that their tracking exists. And number 2, it'll show you what your reporting with them will look like when you tell them, show me my data. And an even sharper version of that question is, ask them about a client who left, right? Everybody has 2 happy clients that they can pull up and show you immediately. But when you have them talk about a client who left, the best case scenario is that they're confident and they can talk about a client who simply outgrew the need for their services, took it in-house, and has been thriving since. That's the type of agency that you want to work with. Someone that will happily let you fly away once they've done the groundwork of what it takes to grow your practice there. Question number 5 is, what happens in month 4 of our contract? Everybody's going to be busy in months 1, 2, maybe even 3 with setting up, integrating, launching, optimizing the campaign, cutting the different creatives that didn't work, recreating new content. This is the part where, once all that set up and all that busy work is done, what does the retainer actually buy me? What's being optimized? What is optimized? If somebody tells you it's being optimized, push on that. Try to really understand, what do you mean by optimize? Are you, changing things of location settings? Are you, creating new content without specifics? Just means we're logging in every once in a while and just making sure that leads are tagging in the tally. So ask, what's the rhythm? What's getting tested? What's on schedule? What's coming up next? Is there a report I can look at? That sort of thing. So when you put all 5 together, this is basically what the working version looks like. You own every account, the agencies work inside of those accounts, right? The report is about cost per booked appointment. The booking data flows into one source of truth. That machine should consistently get smarter about your market by feeding the data to the different channels according to where leads have gone down in the funnel. Your whole path from ad to booked call is wired and connected, and you have a clear understanding of what day-to-day activity looks like. If you have an agency right now, there are 3 checks that you can go through tonight. Number 1, open the last report they gave you and look at the most important number that they put out there for you. You're going to notice what they're trying to flatter you with and what they think you're paying for. Number 2, check who's listed as the owner of your Google business profile. Who's the primary owner? If it's not you, get that in worship immediately. Number 3, fill out the form on your own website and sit there and wait until you're contacted, just to feel what a patient might feel in that process. With an agency, you're not hiring a portfolio of prior work. You're hiring a system that your business is going to live inside for the next few years. The pitch that they give you just shows you how good they are at pitching. The exit test, the one that says, what happens if I fire you in 12 months? That's going to actually indicate to what they're going to build for you. This page that I've been scrolling through is going to be in the description, so go through it if you want and send it to somebody that it might be beneficial.